thank you for joining. Hello, Silvina. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining today. We'll just wait a couple more seconds to let more people join in. Hello, Priyanka. I think today at the same time there is a Mimic Pro debrief, so there may be fewer people joining. Hello, Jordan. Oh, okay, thank you, Silvina. The Mimic debrief is in 1 hour, but maybe having 2 webinars one after the other takes a lot of time out of your day. So I would understand indeed that people choose to spend the hour on one webinar versus the other. Indeed, 2 webinars is not a good idea, but sometimes it happens like that. We have to keep the rhythm for the 5 strategies, and then the debrief happen also along the same rhythm as per the rounds and the modules. So that, unfortunately, sometimes that happens. Well, thank you everyone for joining today. So this is the Collaborate Strategy Debrief, having reviewed some of your assignments last week and looking at these 5 core strategies per Professor Rogers' description of customer behavior and how we can work with them. Sorry, I'll go on mute and cough. Apologies, I had to clear my throat. I hope all is fine now and that you can hear me okay. Well, so let's get started. So I wanted to thank you for sending your assignments, and I reviewed all of those that were sent by Friday, I think, and some on Saturday, and wanted to particularly commend Niranya, Maria Silvina, Alan, Kaoru, Srimantika, Ziad, and Priyanka, who's done particularly good work, but I think everyone has had a very good assignment, and I hope you found the questions and the different works quite helpful in making you understand better how these strategies are constructed, the different concepts, and how you can use that in your own industry. So today we will go through an overview of Collaborate strategy. We will look at how we can tap into the power of our customer network, engaging and motivating contributors through different concepts and suggestions from LEGO, and best practices. So Collaborate strategy is the last in the 5 strategies looking at customer behavior and engaging, and it's when we can do most with our customers, fans, and targets, because we have created a very good understanding of what we stand for, and also we have supplied benefits and value to them. Therefore, we can ask them what it is they would like us to do for them better. What would we do to improve their customer success as themselves? And to do so, as a prerequisite, we need to have created these communities and this relationship of trust and understanding. But also we need as a brand to find the right motivations to make our targets and our fans and customers to collaborate with us. And that also may mean actually having some tools, such as a platform in which we can bring people together to create new value and help them provide suggestions and vet them and so on. This could be through the format of competitions or crowdfunding. So what do we need to be able to reach out to our customers and ask them in earnest what it is we could do better for you? We need, first of all, to build trust, to have that understanding and that transparency in our relationship, and trust to understand what it is we deliver for them, and that we do want to improve and amend our delivery to them. Provide the right platform for the different contributions to take place. Of course, then we need to manage the expectations. If we do a competition, if we do a crowdfunding, if we provide any sort of support for these ideas to be discussed, then we need to explain the rules and the engagements in that particular platform, and make the community work for them as a community, and ultimately for us as a brand, to be able to de-risk product development, improve on our brand positioning, get a new logo or suggestion for that, all sorts of elements that are really impacting our business practices and our commercial model. So this isn't just about ideas and creating relation and creating brand understanding. This is about impact on the P&L, impact on the commercial decisions that we take as a brand. To do so, we need to have good customer insights to understand our segments, our target. We need to have a very good view of our strategy, as in what it is that matters, where we feel we can ask our targets, our fans, our customers to collaborate with us. We need psychology and editorial skills to be able to manage this community and get the best out of it, something that we can really use, and that is part of our commercial practices and our commercial objectives, not just the marketing objectives that we may have. So what are the right motivations to collaborate? How can we make our targets, fans, customers to collaborate with them? We can offer love, as in support for the brand, support for the project, love with the propositions that we deliver, in the solutions that we deliver, in how we help our customers in their success. Glory, as in we can share the contribution that they have and help them to shine in the community that we have created and within the community that is collaborating. We can also offer financial incentives, either in the shape of money or vouchers or coupons or different things, but that would ultimately represent money, or a hybrid of all of these three elements. We need also to be conscious of what is referred to as the modularity of the problem. We cannot ask our customers, how should we price, all of our suite of products. We need to ask them something which is very specific, in which they can see they will benefit, and in which they can also see that they can contribute, hence the skill level of the participants. And some examples that Professor Rogers gave outline situations where a brand has provided guideline, but also support from particular designers or specific external skills to help the ideas and the suggestions of the participants in the collaboration to deliver a valuable product and something that actually is of a certain quality and can be used. And we also need editorial skills to manage the conversations, to manage the interest and the contribution, and how we're going to therefore communicate with everyone when the competition is over or when we have reached the objectives that we had set out. How do we measure a Collaborate strategy performance? We look at how many participants are taking part in the particular activity, the range of suggestions and ideas that are being put forward, the quality of these suggestions and ideas against the objectives that we had. Most of the times they would be commercial objectives, not just marketing objectives, and the perceived value of the proof of concept or the prototypes against the plan that we had originally. So we want to measure how many people do engage, also what type of people, what suggestions they give, and how usable and how valuable they are to us as an organization. What do we gain not only with the idea and the suggestions that people will come up with, we also gain a lot in terms of building brand loyalty. This is an example of a very strong element of trust between us as a brand and our target fans or customers, anyone who would participate in the Collaborate activity. It can also help greatly in de-risking the cost, or in reducing fundamentally the cost of doing something or checking or vetting it. And we will see that in some examples of Lego. And de-risk development in terms of coming up with an idea, testing it, running out, launching it to market, implementing, running, amending, changing, and so on. All of these stages may be taken by the community that we have created through the Collaborate initiative. So these are great P&L outcomes that would have a strong impact on the commercial elements of the organization. And that's why it's the fifth strategy, because it's when we have gone to the highest level of the engagement that we have with our customer and understanding with them, that we can reach that stage. Sorry. Apologies, I had a catch in my throat. So how do we analyze the Collaborate strategy? We look at the different solutions that the brand has used to encourage collaboration. How does this, is this on a different platform? Is this through communications and discussions with certain communities? Is it through competitions? Is it through another third-party platform such as crowdsourcing, for instance? And also, as these take place, how is the brand using experts or influencers to help create quality content and outcome that they can use from the suggestions, the participation, and the contribution of the people who are participating in the Collaborate strategy. Then we want to see also how these particular suggestions are being taken by the brand. Do they really make an impact? Or is this something that they use only to create communication and brand loyalty maybe, but do they really use it as part of their business plan and their development? And also, how is the content marketing being generated throughout the initiative being used? And that can be on top of, obviously, the commercial outcomes of the Collaborate strategy, and can be used throughout the process, and obviously can be reused later on when you want to launch another Collaborate initiative, maybe. So looking at your assignments, I thought there were a couple of points to clarify. The Mixer products, that was a collaboration between Lego and Cartoon Network. So that is a collaboration between two brands to create a new product line. It is not a Collaborate strategy where customers do come up with ideas on behalf of Lego. The Lego Ambassador program is primarily a connect strategy. It's about creating a community that is managing conversations on behalf of Lego, and really from which Lego can listen and learn and improve the way that they understand the market and they understand the particular segments. But it is not providing from the Lego Ambassador Network specific recommendations to Lego. And the Lego movie, which we have talked previously, is part of Engage. It's a major piece of content to promote the product, to show how exciting, fun, usable, and putting it in so many different contexts. That is really a piece of content created by Lego to showcase the different products in the different formats, maybe, but this is about Engage strategy. So this is a page of Lego Ideas. Lego Ideas is the platform that Lego has created as part of the Collaborate strategy. It's a place where you can enter a number of contests. You can create a contest. You can submit product suggestions per the context, but you can also buy the items that are being created out of the contest. And you can also get a lot of information as the winners or as the participants be recognized and share in the glory of all what you have done. So here in the blog, we can see Mate Zabo here has the product that this person suggested has been voted by all of the participants in the contest, and the product is now live and has been manufactured. And he was at a event where there was a launch of that product, and he was there signing, and therefore being a star himself, and being showcased and celebrated by Lego for all to see. So we can see indeed here all of the strong elements of the collaborate strategy of Lego, having a specific platform being created, having very clear ways to participate in contests, to create, to submit ideas, to buy, and then to be celebrated, and other information about obviously the life of the different concepts and how things are being developed, and how you can vote, and how you can suggest new products ideas. So Lego Ideas was started as a crowdfunding project in Japan already 11 years ago in 2008. And it was at the very, at the beginning of crowdsourcing. So what could we do with that? Maybe Lego thought, let's try in the land of innovation of Japan what this could do. And then it turned into Lego Ideas, which is a platform on its own, extremely active, as you say, and it has extremely rigorous rules for how you participate in this. So you suggest a product idea. So I would like to create, to have a Lego set that would do this. You need to have 100 supporters at least in the first 60 days, reach 1,000 in the first year, reach 5,000 or get 5,000 supporters within 6 months. And you can get also up to 10,000 thereafter. So it shows how your idea must be supported by an ever-growing community of other Lego fans and customers who think, yes, this is a good idea. And then when this reaches that level, the Lego Review Board reviews the different ideas and consider a winner for production. So in this way, it's really de-risking product development, and it's also ensuring that the product that has been suggested is actually supported by many people who are likely to buy it. Therefore, you do test and confirm that there is a market for that particular product. And in terms of the reward, as we have seen, Lego offers glory, offers love, and also offers a financial reward as 1% of the total net sales of the product, as well as providing, the IP is being used in games, in TV shows, and so on, goes to the person who has suggested that product and who is therefore the winner in this case. Also, when you go to Lego Ideas and you want to participate, you are faced with very clear, and 8, so not that many, but quite clear rules of engagement, so that everyone participating in the community that is looking at new product suggestion, that is voting for new ones, or that is helping new products being valued and recognized by everyone, can actually abide by these rules and make sure that the whole process is fair, is valued, and helps the community feel trustworthy and valued between them. So as we have seen before, some key ground conditions for actually having a collaborate strategy is about being transparent and clear with your customer, but having good rules, expectations, and also being able to have editorial skills and psychology to make this conversation grow, develop, and stay on target. So you do have very valuable suggestions at the end that, in the case of Lego, can be manufactured and can become a commercial success. Also, from a Lego perspective, when they want people to participate and collaborate, they also make sure that all of the ideas are being recognized, the name is recorded, you get your notoriety through people vote, you are hopefully excited to take part, you can infuse other fans, you belong to the Lego story, you can see the blog news, the pictures, the different ways that Lego showcases your great insights and suggestions and how people support you. You have a feeling as a participant that you do shape the Lego story. You are within other people who are great fans and want to see a product that really resonates and is valuable to them. You can get your product built if you are selected in the end and be financially rewarded. So we have here a number, all of the key things that we have seen before. So love, glory, and financial reward, all available at different degree for everyone participating in the Lego Ideas. In terms of commercial impact, in 10 years, there has been more than 1 million fans, more than 26,000 products ideas submitted, 166 ideas had 10,000 supporters, and out of these, 23 had become products that are manufactured, shipped across the world, and provide obviously a financial return for the person who has generated the idea, but also obviously a new revenue line and a new product line for Lego. So this is extremely important for Lego on many fronts, as you can imagine, in creating that community, in shaping the excitement and the interest in the product, in making sure that all of these fans feel part of the Lego story and can also be rewarded through love, glory, and monetary function. And each year, 25 to 30% of Lego sales come from new products. So new products that Lego may come up with on their own or that are vetted by fans through the Lego ideas process are extremely important to the bottom line and to the commercial success of Lego. Here's another example of Lego Forma, which is a crowdsourcing campaign on Indiegogo for adults. So that's quite a different type of product. This is not about suggesting from customers what should we build, but would you be interested in that? And if you are, how would you like it to be? And so through that campaign, Lego managed to raise enough interest, money, and also pre-order for a new product line, particularly targeted at adult fans of Lego. This is a robotic type of fish which moves and has a different customization possible in terms of the skin, the different elements of it. And so that's quite a departure from the regular product line of Lego and aggregates a number of robotic elements that they have as a new product line for a very specific target market, in this case, the adult fan of Lego. So how do we tap into the power of the customer network? Having worked hard previously in all the content production, the community production, the community creation that we have done, managing them and so on. So from Lego, it's extremely important, as you have seen, for the success that it has, to create communities and to manage them. So this is definitely a big job function and quite a team and quite a responsibility within the organization. They also, we had seen before, listen to customers through obviously social media monitoring and listening, but also meeting customers, organizing events, organizing crowdsourcing, so things that would be online and offline, and build specific products across these communities and with adjacent brands on which they can expand the reach of their different customers. And collaborating through the Lego ideas and a number of mini contests and tests that are happening almost daily on the social media channels, for instance, Lego gains a lot in terms of innovation, marketing, and brand inspiration. So Lego has really, as a foundation, you have seen it's about creating an experience every day and selling once a month. Same here. This goes through the different interactions and the evolution of the relationship with customers. And this is all about having a motivated, created, and brand loyal crowd of fans that can promote Lego on behalf of Lego to all of their friends and other people they can influence, but also an opportunity for Lego to get close to their customers, understand them better, refine their segmentation, and be able to target them better and keep on evolving to serve them in a way that is relevant. So as I said, it takes the shape of offline events and conferences and meetup as much as online activities that we had talked about previously. The Lego community, I think when Lego saw the sales falling and saw the advance of digital and what that brought, there were two very strong conclusions for them. One is that we need to take our product into a digital experience, hence the video games, hence the different applications where you can play with Lego in a virtual environment. But also we need to make the most of what digital allows us to do to create a relationship and a discussion with our customers. And therefore we can say that the whole marketing strategy and the whole activity of Lego is geared towards creating a community, making sure that you listen, learn from them, and have a direct conversation regularly to be able to serve them better and evolve with them. So that means that Lego is in the business, as we had said, to empower its customers to build and share and be proud of sharing the creations that they have done. And building might be, it's still with a lot of plastic bricks, but also with a lot of virtual items. And that can evolve and that can change. And yet it will not change the core value and the core value proposition of Lego as a business. So to do so, they have a number of activities through all of the offline and online activities to support creativity and content. It's very important always for Lego to refer to its customers. We have seen marketing campaigns where they use user-generated content and refer to them and therefore provide a stage for all of their customers. And then also as regularly review and innovate based on the customer feedback that they gain through all of these different channels and all of these different interactions that we have. So they managed to create large communities around certain topics or more niche ones, areas where you would have, like the Life of George, a platform for a community, or more globally across the social media where people can interact in different ways. And they also understand that people would interact very regularly on some platforms and seldom on others, and be able to track them and recognize that people would have different needs at different times and on the different channels that they may use. I see that there is a note here, a comment. Okay, so there's a point for clarification from Silvina saying that Lego turned to Lego ambassadors for ideas and advice. Please could you clarify why that is not part of Collaborate strategy? That's true. Lego part of, because what is the point of Connect? Connect is about creating a community around a particular topic or theme, and through social media monitoring and listening, be able to see what's happening there and listen and learn and analyze what type of reactions the people within that community have. So in the case of Lego Ambassador, that is what the ambassador is. If you want, they are the monitoring and listening tool for Lego to gain feedback and understanding, kind of a market research from the community. Therefore, that is the main objectives. And therefore, that's why I put it within the Connect strategy as opposed to the Collaborate strategy. Lego does not say, you, my Lego ambassador, put that question to your community whether we should launch a new flagship Legoland, for instance, in Chicago. They do not tell them, find out how they would think about that, or where we should put our next Legoland. And then the Lego ambassador creates the conversation and then return back to Lego the suggestions. This is not what's happening, and this is what would happen within the Collaborate. And there you have a lot more in terms of the rules you set, the way you reward and compensate the people for their effort, and the way you recognize the good ideas that have been suggested and incorporate them into your business plan. In the case of Lego Ambassador, for instance, through a number of discussions, may think that, well, there is a lot of case here, people asking why there is no Legoland in that particular part of the USA, and I think there is some interest. Then Lego might create a competition or another area where you would go through a full Collaborate strategy that would require different setup, management, and conclusions out of the insights. So that's how the two are quite separate. And it's in the way you set out your objective, manage the whole process, and what you do out of the conclusion. But you are quite right that Lego Ideas is first and foremost a community, And without building a particular community, you would not be able to create any collaborate strategy or any concepts for that. And here is an example from the Lego Mindstorms, for instance. So what I called unplanned co-creation. So Lego had created a new suite of products, which was a programmable robot and customizable. And that was hacked and adapted by some users. And therefore, Lego thought, oh, what's happening here? And other organizations may have said, well, I have IP on that product, this is mine, and you are misusing it. So there could have been cases for some product, for some company to think, well, this is wrong, and this is, again, my IP, my own product. However, Lego, through social monitoring and listening, understood that there was a very positive response to what had been done there, and that actually improved the product and suited a very specific targets within teachers, students, parents, and engineers and hobbyists that really thought that this was a lot better. And therefore, Lego helped improve the product and add a new product line. So in this case, Lego did not even ask, what would you think we should do as a customized programmable robot product? But put out something, people changed it, discussed between them, and there was enough information and understanding that this would be valuable and actually very much accepted and wanted by a number of targets. And therefore, Lego said, thank you. We recognize you have come here with a great idea, again, within the Lego way to celebrate and provide award to people who have put effort towards the brand and the product development, and then created a new product line, which is the Lego Mindstorms. Similarly, the adult fan of Lego Target came in this way. It's a customer and fan of Lego who came to them and said, well, I have this idea and I think that could work out. So Lego said, well, get on and do it, and let's see if you gain enough supporters, then that will be a new product line and that will be something. And so these people went on and do it. So you could do that through the Lego Ideas platform, or in this case, even on your own, and still be somehow supported by Lego. And that created a brand new target with a high price points, particular retail strategy. And as we see now through the Lego format, even particular engagements and crowdsourcing activities to see what type of new products could be specifically created for that segment. So how do you were asked whether the Lego community is actually quite active or passive? So I think that they have quite a lot of contributors. They have very large communities and very large number of fans on all of their social media channels, yet a vast proportion of them are actually contributing in terms of user-generating content or sharing and liking the different posts, and also, of course, all of the close to 1 million people within the Lego idea. So that's a lot of people who are actually very much engaged with the brand and ready to give time and efforts in working with it and in doing things. Throughout the different engagements that Lego has, online and offline, it offers always love, glory, and money. It really recognizes the value of the customers in promoting the brand, in sharing the enthusiasm about it. It's really working with the principles and the very, the vision and the mission of the organization. So it's definitely an extension of the company and not paid for employees, actually, in a way, sometimes, as they do spend a lot of time creating content, promoting the brand, sharing the initiatives of Lego, but also being rewarded, being celebrated on their turn, and also gaining financial support and financial impact, particularly through the different competitions that Lego has. So Lego Ideas is the largest platform for the Collaborate initiatives, but there are other contests that are happening on many different online and offline channels for Lego, and they always offer, first of all, recognition, so love and glory, and sometimes a more or less large financial retribution as well. This is an example here about Lego Discovery Stores and Legoland, just to show that this is happening on many different areas and on many channels, and that it is part of the regular communication of Lego and the way it can take the communities and reward them once more through various recognition and the suggestions that they have for the organization. So how do we get to do the best out of a collaborate strategy? Well, we need sometimes to partner to create the right communities and the right incentives and the right suggestions. So that could be in terms of skills, if we want to have good suggestion of a particular expertise level or quality. It can be through starting the conversations and managing the partnership, through managing the community, through partnerships with another brand where you would have an extended reach and a particular focus on the conversation. It's a way to outsource the innovation to the community and providing that within the environment and the rules, engagements, and the expectations, you actually get the most out of the people, be them just voting on something which may take a couple of seconds on the website, to actually suggesting a product or writing comments or sharing content that they have created or their own story. It's extremely important to make sure that both sides wins. Obviously, in this case, for the Lego ideas, it's about de-risking product development for Lego and creating a new product line that has a revenue attached to it, which is obviously very important for the P&L of Lego. But you have to make sure that this contributes to the success of your customers, to the way they are valued, rewarded, and celebrated within your community. You also need to understand that these are not employees. There's only so much one can ask, and the relationship is as much as they want to give. So that's why it's extremely important to have the right environment and manage, first of all, have a good experience and understanding of how you manage a community, make it grow, make it live, and make it very active, quite very regularly managed and monitored. You need to be open and transparent in terms of, this is what I'm gaining from you, and this is what I give out to you, and this is how you're going to be celebrated. This is how everyone should participate and work together in this particular initiative. And also the initiative start then, and that time, this is what's going to happen, and make it very clear whatever has happened throughout the process. And engage, obviously, as we have seen before, through customize and connect, understanding what are the super fans, who are the influencers, who are the core experts that we can work with, and be able to capitalize on that, and therefore use that extra relationship in other channels or in other activities that you may have. What's next for Collaborate strategy? You can use co-creation platform for launching products, services, or campaigns. That could be about creating a new logo. That can be about the pricing point, brand identity, brand positioning, seeing how far or what could you do within a particular market trends, entering a new market. All sorts of questions can be put there. And these are all questions with a commercial objective. So it's extremely important to realize who it is you're asking and what will motivate them to help you out, and do they have the right tools to do so. So I think that is a summary of the key components of creating a Collaborate strategy. When you have reached a very high level in the relationship and the understanding you have with your target customer, and are able to ask them to come up with ideas that actually are going to impact your business objectives and be extremely valuable for your organization. So I think this is this for now. If you have any question or point of clarification or anything you want to mention, maybe you have done some of these initiatives in your organizations, which led to some success or some lessons learned. Maybe it might be interesting to learn from you and see what you have done. Anyone would have any suggestion? Okay, a good point from Silvina. Should fans sign any document before collaborate with the organization? It may be to, so as part of the rules of engagements and the expectation, it might be rules set out, so you taking part in this competition, therefore you abide by this tick, or it can be done in a more formal fashion. And that depends obviously on the platform that you use and the type of question that you ask. But yes, it is extremely important to set out the rules of engagement and the expectations right from the beginning and make sure that there's no surprises as the process develops and as the project develops. And that could take the form of a formal document being signed or a formal action on a website to agree to a particular, as you agree to terms and conditions, make sure that people would tick and would put their name and that they understand the consequences. So yes, it is important, and it can take more or less formal degree to that, but it has to be there because there's nothing like you launch any competition or any activity and then the people participating are being confused or then feel that they've not been treated as they thought it should be, and the negative impact can be quite damaging and should be avoided, obviously. Okay, that's an interesting point from Jordan. Are support groups which are really driven by a community of customers to offer support to other customers considered collaborations or connect, such as GiveCAF Mobile? So for everyone, GiveCAF Mobile is a MVNO, so a mobile virtual network operator, whereby all of the customer support is made by the customer. So as a customer, the offer is very low priced or feels like very good value compared to other operators, let's say. But when you sign up as a customer, you also agree to help others. So for instance, if a customer has an issue with being able to turn on the data roaming, for instance, they may put their question in the community and get an answer from another customer. So here we have the core thing. This is about a community supporting itself. And I would put that firmly within Connect. The objective here of GiveCAF as a mobile operator or as an organization is to create a community that is focused and valued per the contribution that they do to the other members of the community. And they are rewarded, I believe, with points, and that also provides down the line a monetary incentive and also rewarded on the loyalty that they have to the GiveCAF mobile network. So this is about creating a community that helps each other, and from GiveCAF to listen and learn and see what are the most common questions that people are raising and how they are answered, and then improve, for instance, the FAQ, and therefore remove some of the weight of the customer support from the community. A bit like when, in the case of Lego, they create content that is then amended or created by the users. So it's about using the power and leveraging the strength of the community you have to support each other. The community itself is not being asked what would be another way to support or to provide customer service to our customers, or how should we price this particular thing. So if GiveCAF were using that community to come up with recommendations for them on a business side, that would be a different stage, part of Collaborate. But when it is about supporting each other, then it's about Connect. And that actually is quite an innovative and interesting use of your customer network. So Lego uses the customer network a lot to promote and showcase the benefit of the products. In the case of GiveGAF, it uses its customer network to support and onboard other customers. Any other questions or points? Some of you in the assignment said that they found the questions quite helpful to be able to understand the key elements of this strategy and how to use it in their own activity. I hope this is quite a general feeling and that it helps you think and see what you are doing good and what you can improve on, or what maybe your competition is doing in a particular way, and how you can differentiate. Any other comments that you may have a question? Otherwise, I may leave you here and you have a couple more minutes to prepare for the debrief with Michael. No? Okay, it seems no one else has any other comment or questions. So, well, thank you very much for spending the time today, despite having 2 webinars. Thank you also for your contributions in the different assignments that you have done, and also making me think through these strategies better and see where they are overlap and where these things could be applied. When you will build your own marketing strategy or review it, obviously there will be elements of all 5 core strategies. And in some cases, some initiatives would run across a number of these strategies. But the way you will manage them, and also the way you will measure the performance of each of those, is quite specific to each of them, and it's quite crucial to understand to be able to gain as much as possible from your initiative and from the work. So thank you very much for these past 5 weeks. You still have a couple of weeks within the course. You can always reach out to me if you have further questions or want to discuss a point that we may have gone through, or that you will find within the end when you look at metrics and when you look at your overall marketing strategy. So thank you very much. We will meet again at the wrap-up in a couple of weeks' time, but you can always reach me through the support tab on Canvas if you have anything you would like to add. Okay, so thank you for today. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you around in Canvas or LinkedIn, and also on the course wrap-up. Thank you.